fans, welcome to Mel's Match Hat's preview and prediction of NXT, or should I say WWE NXT 2.0's in your house. I know, what the hell is going on today? We're getting an NXT event tonight. We're going to be doing Hell in a Cell tomorrow night, and then I'm going to crap out for the rest of the fucking week because I'm done with wrestling. Not really, but done doing this shit. How's everybody's Saturday going? Episode 241 is live on my channel, so go check that out. Also, please go check out maestroclassics.com, harrys.com, liquiddeath.com, deathwishcoffee.com. Also, go check out HOG Wrestling, and they're going to have their upcoming event this month at some point. You can get the date on their website, hogwrestling.net, and go check out Pennsylvania's Outbreak Wrestling. You can go check out everything on their social media pages. They don't have a website just yet. So hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday. I'm having a decent Saturday. I'm exhausted. I've been running around all week this week with my son being home, and then I had to take him back. And then today I went to go back to see him, and it's just been one crazy thing right after another. But I've made it. I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to upload this as a upload, but I was tired last night. I couldn't even freaking finish watching SmackDown. I quickly looked at it while I was on the way home, and I watched Rampage earlier this morning, so I'm all up to date with the whole situation with CM Punk and everything. Speaking of CM Punk, if you want to go check out my review of Double or Nothing, it's on my channel. Please go check it out. And since you're here and you've discovered me, please do me a favor: go subscribe, like, and turn on all notifications so when I go live, you will know about it. So I don't want to keep you guys here for a long haul here. Let's get to the preview and predictions of In Your House, and I can get you out of here. But first, you know what I do now. I do the go home show, so I get you ready to do my preview and predictions. So let's rock and roll. This Saturday brings us the NXT In Your House event, and tonight serves as the final build-up. Most interesting, this Saturday we'll see the final of the women's breakout tournament between Roxanne Perez and Tiffany Stratton. Nikki Lyons was the surefire favorite to win the tournament, but she got injured and Stratton took her place. But it's anyone's guess now, so let us know who you think will be the first ever winner. Toxic Attraction will have a sit down with Wendy Chu, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance, formerly known as Casey Catanzaro. Cameron Grimes will defend his North American Championship against Carmelo Hayes on Saturday. But tonight, he goes head-to-head with the man he says is better than Hayes, Nathan Frazier. And the only other announced match we will see is Cora Jade faces Electra Lopez. That is said to be that we suspect will get more from Braun Breaker and Joe Gacy, the Creed brothers, and more. So the show opens up with Diamond Mine. Backstage, Roderick Strong, which he signed a new contract. What a fucking moron. And Damon Kemp are heading out to face Pretty Deadly, and Strong tells the Creed brothers to stay in the back. Julius Creed looks for a hand slap, and Strong walks off. Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp versus Pretty Deadly. Strong starts against Elton Prince, and one half of the tag team champions takes control early on. The fans chant Pretty Ugly. As Prince stomps Strong and makes a tag to Wilson, Strong is backed into a corner, but he fires back with some chops and catches him with a heel kick. Strong drops Wilson again and crawls to his corner. Kemp and Prince get the tag, and Damon shoots for a takedown, but Elton shrugs him off. Damon complains to Roderick, who slaps him across the face. Kemp rushes and tackles Prince, then suplexes him and hits a flying shoulder tackle. Kemp is all fired up and hits an exploder suplex before grabbing a bulldog choke. Kemp drags Elton to the corner and tags Strong. Strong chops to Elton in the corner, but Prince with a cheap shot to turn the tables and beat Strong down in the corner. Kit gets the tag, and he takes Strong out of the ring and runs him into the ring apron. Back inside, Wilson throttles Strong with a right hand, then tags Prince, and they double team him in the corner. Kemp tags back in and hits a series of suplexes on Wilson. Then he and Roderick hit stereo backbreakers to Pretty Deadly, who roll out. We go to commercial, and we're back with Kemp is being held down by Wilson. Prince tags in as Kemp fights back and makes the tag. Strong lands some clotheslines and backbreaker, followed by a gutbuster. Wilson rushes in and eats a backbreaker as well. Then Strong looks for a Boston Crab, but Elton stops him. Strong chops both men, then throws Wilson onto Prince. Strong is in control, but numbers get the better of him, and he is sent to the corner. The referee gets distracted, and Wilson tries to hit Strong with the tag team title belt, but Julius Creed appears and shoves Strong out of the way. Strong then looks for the stronghold, but gets countered by Pretty Deadly hit spilled milk for the win. Pretty Deadly is the winner. So we go to Cameron Grimes is backstage, and Sola Sequoia tells him he better beat Carmelo Hayes on Saturday so they can have their matchup. Duke Hudson walks in and says, "Why does Sequoia think he's next in line?" Sequoia says, "If he needs to beat Hudson to prove it, he's next. Then he'll be happy to do it tonight." We come back from commercial break, and earlier that day, Grayson Waller was berating a bunch of random people while bragging about Tiffany Stratton and how they could learn a little something from her. Josh Briggs walks up and says, if Waller wants to impress everyone, how about he prove how much of an ass kicking he can take tonight. Waller says he can't wait. Tony D, Troy Two Dimes Donovan, and Channing Stacks Lorenzo met with Legado del Fantasma earlier today on a yacht. Escobar asks what he wants from this meeting. D'Angelo says they both knew this would end in a turf war. Escobar walks around in his cheap suit thinking he's better than anyone, but he doesn't respect him. And if he was dying of thirst, he would walk on past. Escobar says he's expecting nothing more from a snake. He knows a cobra when he sees one. But out here in the jungle, He's a python, and they eat cobras. Electra Lopez says Santos is already beat Tony, so what's in it for them to run it back? D'Angelo says the sun shines on a dog's ass at least once a day. And if you watch the match back, Santos cheated. Escobar laughs and says a win is a win. He's going to need a good offer. Tony says it's a six-man tag team match at In Your House. If they win, Legado joins the D'Angelo family. And if Legado wins, they join them. Lopez asks why Tony would make a move he can't afford to lose. D'Angelo says true Dons make moves that others can't even see. He says that after Saturday, people will be talking about how the D'Angelo family took over NXT and hired a few more goons. They shake on it, and Escobar tells him to get off his boat. We come back from a commercial break. Cora Jade versus Electra Lopez. The match gets underway, and Lopez uses her size and strength difference to take control. She beats down Lopez against the ropes and takes her down and pulls her by the hair. Jade counters a body slam and punches Lopez into the corner. Lopez avoids a running knee and hits a chop block. Electra drags Cora back and hits a basement dropkick for a 2 count. Lopez applies a modified ankle lock, but releases and slams her head into the mat a few times. Jade sends her out of the ring, and when Lopez comes back, she lands some right hands. Jade with a head scissors and a step-up knee, followed by a rope-assisted double stomp to the back. Lopez catches Jade with a power bomb and pins Cora. But Cora grabs the bottom rope. Jade rolls onto the apron and Lopez grabs her by the hair and drags her to the corner. Jade kicks her away and goes for the top rope for a senton and the win. Cora picks up the win. We have Wesley backstage for an interview. He says he's been waiting to face Zion Quinn, and I am telling you, Zion Quinn makes me want to watch NXT so much more. Just him. If it just takes him, you're winning with me. For weeks, and he finally is cleared. Lee says you should probably rest after getting beat by Sanga last week. But as long as he has air in his lungs, he will keep fighting. Sanga walks up and says Lee should fight Quinn the way he fought him last week. He says Lee isn't a giant, but he has a giant heart. So we come back from commercial break and we have Wesley versus Zion Quinn. Lee rushes across the ring and jumps at Quinn, who tries to catch him, but they tumble because of the momentum. Quinn grabs Lee by the throat and throws him, but Lee lands on his feet. Lee goes to the apron and attempts a sunset flip, but can't get Quinn down. Zion lifts Lee up and suplexes him onto the top rope, then slingshots him across the ring. Quinn stops Lee on the mat and tries to pull his arm out of the socket, but Quinn whips Lee in the corner and hits a elbow, then body slams him. Lee fights back and looks for a springboard moonsault, but Zion catches him on his shoulder and lawn darts him into the middle buckle. Quinn looks for a running forearm, but Lee rolls him up for a win. Wesley picks up the win. Diamond Mine are backstage and Strong yelling at them for not staying in the back. Ivy Nile says Julius took the shot with the title belt that was meant for Roddy. Julia says Diamond Mine is forever, right? Strong says that interference cost him the match. He says the Creed brothers have to win on Saturday night, otherwise they're out of Diamond Mine. Come back from another commercial break. Joe Gacy and his Druids are backstage. Gacy says Braun Breaker used to sit in his home as a child and watch his father's Hall of Fame career. One of the best to ever get in the ring. During commercial breaks, Braun Breaker and his brother would brawl. And then Rick came home. He allowed it to continue. Seeing him and his brother Scott used to fight all the time. Braun took his ferocity to the football. He pitched, but he knew his aggression needed to live in the square circle, like father, like son. Gacy says Braun, he is quickly ascended to the top of the food chain, and he's two-time NXT champion. How did he come to learn all of this? He learned it from Rick Steiner when he had him captive. Men will tell you anything when they're beaten down and broken. Gacy tells Breaker to allow the anger to consume him. Get even with him. It's not about beating him in a match for his family's sake. Braun needs to destroy him. And one way or another, NXT Championship is coming home with him. Braun Breaker was watching Gacy on a TV backstage. He says he's already lost the title once. He's not going to lose it to Gacy at In Your House. Lights start flashing and Gacy laughs, fills the room. Breaker gets angry and yells, "We could do this right now." Breaker grabs the TV and goes to throw it, but instead he sets it back down. He says he might be as predictable as Gacy says, but on Saturday he's going to tear him apart. It's time for the women's championship summit, which, to tell you the truth, I couldn't care two shits about. All right. Wade Barrett is in the ring with Toxic Attraction on one side of the table, Wendy Chu, Katana Chance, and Katie Carter on the other side. Mandy starts to talk, but Chance tells her to shut up and says, "We've had to listen to them for 8 months. She is sick of seeing them with the titles, and on Saturday, they're going to knock them off the top of the mountain." Gigi Dolan says they've heard it all before. There are a long list of women that have come up against them. And guess what? Most of them are long gone. JCJ says it's about time Katana and Kaden actually made it to the premier live event. While Katana and Kaden were making cringe TikToks, going to festivals and playing video games, Toxic Attraction were running the women's division. Chu yells, "Sign the contract," in a bored voice. Carter says it's real easy to be on top when you never defend the belts. She says her and Katana have been through everything, and Katana is her best friend, her rock. She says Toxic Attraction seems to forget that they're the only team to ever beat them, and they're going to do it again. Jane mocks them by singing the Lollipop Guild, and Chance tells her if she says it again, she'll shove her fist down her throat. Mandy says the real attraction of In Your House is not Braun Breaker, Cameron Grimes, or anyone else. It's her. No. Oh my God, stop sniffing the bleach for your hair. Chu tells her to sign the contract. And now the fan starts chanting it, which I laughed. Mandy yells at the fans and says she's a star and she will do everything she can to make sure the child that is Wendy Chu won't represent the division. She asks the fans if thy if why really want the idiot in the cow onesie to hold the belt. She said she's been champion for over 200 days and it's time for people to put some respect on her name. Sweetie, sweetie, I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's the two fucking bumps on your fucking chest. And how many times did you go to fucking goddamn Bruce Pritchard? Say, oh, do you want me to give you a little love, brother love? Please. I can name 5 people off the top of my fucking head that is better than Mandy Rose. And most of them are in fucking NXT. Rose says Chu can play her games, run her mouth. Chu shoots a spitball at Rose. All hell breaks loose and all 6 women start brawling. Katana and Kaden knock Gigi and JC out of the ring and dive over the ropes onto them. They get back inside and drop Rose as well. They pull the table over to the corner and put Rose on it. Chu goes up to them and hits a sleeping splash to put Mandy through the table. Chu, Chance, and Carter pose with the titles. We go back from commercial break. Ivy Nile is working out, then Kiana James appears and asks her what she's going to do if the Creed brothers lose, where her allegiance lie. Nile says they will win, but Kiana says the Creeds only have a 12% chance of winning. Nile smashes her against the locker and asks what her chances are, and she says they're about the same as her boys and walks off. Sola, Sequoia, and Duke Hudson. The match starts off with a lockup, and the fans are 100% behind Sequoia. Hudson forces Sequoia to the corner and rakes his face. Angered, Sequoia uppercuts Duke and slams him into the buckles. Solo lands some right hands, but Duke hits him with a knee and sends him to the corner. Sequoia drops Hudson with a clothesline, then puts him down in the corner and looks for a hip attack, but Duke rolls out of the ring. Hudson goes around and gets on the apron. Sequoia tries to hit him, but Hudson shoulders him in the gut, then dives over the ropes and hits an impressive German suplex. Hudson lands some right hands and a back elbow, then hits a belly-to-belly. Solo tries to fight back, but Hudson hits another belly-to-belly for a 2 count before grabbing a chinlock. Hudson wants a powerbomb, but Sequoia runs him backwards into the buckles. Solo lands right hands and kicks to the gut that sends him to the ropes and back, then hits a Samoan drop. Sequoia hits with a kick to the gut and drops him into the corner, then connects with Rikishi's hip attack. So Sequoia drags Hudson towards the corner, scales the ropes, and hits the Uso splash for a pinfall. Sequoia wins. We come back from a commercial break. Thea Hale, the young NXT signing that is going to college while training, is sitting at the table with 3 college hats on it. She says she's decided on her college, and she lifts up the Oxford hat, but puts it back down. She then lifts a Notre Dame hat and sets it back down. She reveals she's officially joining Chase University. Okay. Do I really care? No, I do not. Grayson Waller versus Josh Briggs. The match gets underway, and Briggs runs roughshod over Waller at the outset. Waller starts firing back and uses a cheap shot and his speed to get the better of the big man. The fans chant, "You can't wrestle," at Waller, but he laughs at them. He drops Briggs and kicks him in the face, then does a line dance to mock Briggs. Robert Stone and Sophia Cromwell comes walking down the ramp as Briggs start to make a comeback and drops Waller with a big boot. Briggs lands some clothesline and shoulder tackle. Suddenly, Von Wagner gets on the apron and causes a distraction, allowing Waller to hit the rolling stunner for the win. Grayson Waller is the winner. As soon as the match ended, Wagner gets in the ring and beats on Briggs. He drags Briggs under the bottom rope and whips his arm into the ring post. Brooks, Jensen, and Fallon Henley run down, and Wagner leaves with Stone and Cromwell. We have Ivy Niles, and Kiana James. This was after the commercial. The bell rings, and they lock up with James, running Nile backwards to the corner. Nile fights out and hits a fireman's carry before grabbing a wrist lock. James flips out and drills Ivy with a right hand. James grabs a submission and holds. Niles on the mat for a minute. Ivy starts fighting back and hits a drop kick in the corner for a 2 count. James knocks Nile down into the corner and berates her, then lifts her up and clotheslines her back down. More trash talking from James. Nile hits her and looks for a reverse sleeper, but James rolls her off. Nile with some mountain punches and kicks to the chest, followed by a high crotch slam for the win. Ivy Nile picks up the win. When the match ended, Pretty Deadly come walking down the ramp and they ask Ivy the same question. What happens when Diamond Mine closes down before they get into the ring? Julius and Brutus appeared and knocked them off the apron to take their tag team title. So, in wrestling terms, if the challengers touch the title, you know for a fact that they're going to lose. So, what the hell are they going to do with Diamond Mine? Seriously, I'm asking a serious question. What do they do? You have Roderick Strong that just re-upped his contract, and you're going to keep doing this. I would actually not be surprised that he ends up getting a future endeavor by Bruce Pritchard. We come back from a commercial break. We have Cameron Grimes versus Nathan Frazier. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are on commentary for this match. Grimes and Hayes block up and fly through the series of holds and counters before they standard stop and stare so the fans can cheer. Grimes with a shoulder tackle, Frazier with a drop down leg leapfrog and drop kick. Frazier hits a head scissors and Grimes rolls to the outside. Frazier looks to dive out onto him, but makes the mistake of turning his back, and Grimes gets back in and elbows him. Grimes knocks Frazier into the corner, but Nathan fires back and sends Grimes out of the ring. Again, Frazier looks for a suicide dive, but nobody's home. Grimes gets on the apron and hits a running scissors kick to drop the kid. We're back from commercial, and we have both men knocked each other down. They slowly get up and trade punches back and forth to woo of the crowd. Frazier connects with an enziguri, but Grimes fires back with a kick to the chest. Grimes wants a powerbomb, but Frazier counters with a Frankensteiner for a near fall. Grimes rolls out as the fans chant "Fight Forever." Frazier hits a suicide dive to Grimes, then gets him back inside. Carmelo Hayes is loving that this match is as difficult for Grimes as it is. Frazier goes to the top rope and looks for a moonsault, but Grimes rolls out of the way. Grimes goes to the corner and signals to the moon. Then hits a cave-in and covers Nathan for the win. Grimes picks up the win. As soon as the match ended, Trick Williams rushes the ring and tries to attack Grimes, but immediately gets sent over the top rope. Hayes comes in as well and trade hands with Grimes. Cameron whips him to the ropes and wants the cave-in. Trick drags Hayes out of the ring and they leave as Grimes lifts up the title. That doesn't sound good at all. And that was it. That was the entire episode of NXT. Now for my predictions. My trusty book. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. Dear Lord, okay. First match, Braun Breaker versus Joe Gacy, and I have a feeling that this is going to be a fuck finish, and they're going to give it to Joe Gacy so that they're going to be able to take Braun Breaker and bring him on the main roster. So I'm going with Joe Gacy. Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is actually ready for the main roster. Grimes is going to win, and he's going to drop it to Sequoia that the next whatever match that they have. Pretty Deadly versus the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers have to win, or they're out of Diamond Mine. They have to finally give it to them, the Creed brothers. JC Jade and Gigi Dolan versus Casey Katana Chase and Kaden Carter. We are going to have new tag team champions, and it's going to be them. Mandy Rose versus Wendy Chu. This is where Mandy Rose is going to retain. We have Legado del Fantasma versus Tony D and his goons. Legado is going to win, and he's going to be. Tony D is going to have to join Legado. I'm hoping there's surprises. I'm hoping that maybe there's a debut possible, but we shall see. And I'm loving the time that I'm doing. Hold on. But with everything that's going on in NXT, it's not like, oh, I gotta race home and watch NXT anymore. I can legitimately watch this the next day. And what I do, if I do that, I can have the video running and it can be in faster speed. So I can watch NXT within a half an hour and still digest it. This NXT is nothing like its predecessor. What we see in AEW is what we used to see in NXT Black and Gold. I still don't understand why it had to change. Triple H could bullshit us. Everybody else could bullshit us. We know the truth. This event didn't even need to be going on. It could have went on a Sunday. It could have been next Sunday. Why this weekend? Why? Because Double or Nothing was last Sunday and you're trying to make people forget? No, idiot. WWE, Vince McMahon and Bruce Prichard and Dunn and Laurinaitis and fucking whoever else is sucking your ass. We are going to remember that last Sunday was wrestling. This is men and women on a show portraying a wrestler. AJ Styles is not a professional wrestler. He is basically, he's no more than an actor playing a part. If he wants to go back to being a professional wrestler, he needs to leave WWE and go to AEW or go back to Japan. And I'm not kidding. You have men and women in WWE portraying themselves as wrestlers. Because I'm letting you know now that if you took all of them and put them in an AEW ring, AEW standards, I say 25% of them wouldn't be able to handle it. And it's the majority of the women, like an Alexa Bliss, like a, who else? Alexa Bliss, Tiffany Stratton, you know those kind of women. And my thing just went off when I said her. It is just disgusting. Even I could even say what is it? Liv Morgan. She doesn't know what real wrestling is. This is like Circus Soleil. Circus de Soleil. AEW is the NFL. All right? That's where they do things differently over there. They actually the women want to bleed. The women want to take risks. The women in WWE, they're too busy fucking making sure that their face is perfect, making sure that their nails are perfect. I see, and I'm not joking. Dana fucking Brooke. I'm going to use this as an example. She has fucking long fucking nails. And then these women complain, oh, I broke a nail. I broke a nail. I look terrible. That is why you cut your nails short. It's not that hard. Cut them short. I swear I see everybody on AEW, all their women's wrestlers have short nails. Jade Cargill, Kira Hogan, Red Velvet, even Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, even her, even Rebby or Rebel, whomever, whatever her name is, they all have short nails because they know that they have to get their fucking nails dirty. You see a fucking Dana Brooke, you see, even Sasha Banks has long nails. Why? Oh, because you're playing a part? You're playing a part. Now, if you were in AEW, fuck shit, you wouldn't have long nails. You would be down there doing some serious fucking business. I'm just saying that the women in WWE have it fucking easier than the women in AEW. And you can at me all you want. Oh, they work just as hard. Okay, I understand that. But you have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with a crimson mask. I respect her for doing that. When Becky Lynch got her nose broken, I respected that. And don't tell me, oh, it's too much blood and guts or blood and gore or whatever it is. They are too careful in the WWE. They are extremely safe. I want to see this tomorrow in Hell in a Cell, whatever. That I want to at least see a match. I don't know. I want to see Cody Rhodes bleed. I want to see Seth Rollins bleed. I need to see blood. Because then you're not in Hell in the Cell. You're in a fucking normal steel cage match, or you're in a normal fucking match. If I don't see blood tomorrow, this concept has to go. And you notice that this is what makes fucking me laugh. You notice there's not a woman's Hell in a Cell? Because John Laurinaitis thinks that these women are divas, just like his stepdaughters. That's why you haven't seen. They're getting 2-3 minute matches on NXT and on Raw and SmackDown. I can't be a part of that. I can't support that. I want to see a woman kick ass, take names, and that's the end of it. As far as the men, some of the men that are in WWE right now, let's use an example. The Miz, he's had one injury. He's a safe worker. You put him in AEW, oh my God, that is like a fish out of water. He's a fish out of water. He would not know what to do. He would not know what to do. So again, they're playing a part of pro wrestling or of a pro wrestler. AEW is basically legitimate, like the NFL. They get their hands dirty, and I respect them for that. What I respect is me to go and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I've got to go get dinner started. I have to also straighten up my house. I've been out pretty much all day. I'm exhausted. I want to get a little rest in. I want to go have some dinner. I'm going to go take a nice hot shower. And I'm going to get saddled up in my kitchen because I'm going to be watching it on my computer. I know I can watch it on my TV, but I choose to do it on my computer because I have the opportunity. I have options, people, okay? Like you have options of professional wrestling. You have options to watch in your house on multiple devices because I can do it on my phone. I can do it on my tablet. I can do it on my television. Yes, because I have Peacock Network on my television, so I can watch it on television. But I want to watch it here because then I can have coffee. I don't have to go too far. I can relax. I don't have to worry about anything. And then guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? I'm going live right after In Your House. So why don't you come and join me? We'll sit back. I'll take some questions, whatever you want to do. It's going to be a great night. So go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the event tonight. And I'll be back here right as it's going off. Seriously. I'm not bullshitting here tonight. I'm getting this done because tomorrow you're going to see me again between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going live. And I'm going to go live on right after Hell in a Cell. So you're going to see me a lot this weekend. So go enjoy your Saturday. And remember to go check out Harry's.com, MyAstroClassics.com, DeathWishCoffee.com, LiquidDeath.com. Go check out Outbreak Wrestling in Pennsylvania. All the normal social media accounts. Please go check out HOG Wrestling. Get your tickets for Judas. It's coming up this month. You know what? I'm going to do this right on air. I'm going to do this right on air so I know what the hell the date is because I'm losing my brains this week. Oh, Lord. Oh. U-S-E of Glory. Judas is going to be June 25th. And there's going to be shitload. I'm going to get the match lineup, and I will report it to you later on this evening when I do my review. So go enjoy your Saturday. Go and check out to all those people, and please go check me out on my social media accounts on Instagram at Mel'S Match Chat. Same with Twitter, Mel'S Match Chat. Go check me out on Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat. Please go have a great Saturday, and I'll see you tonight for the review. Have a great Saturday. Love you all.